What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Memphis Conservative channel. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Then hit that like button and share this video and comment down below. So shout out to the Daily Caller for this one. Let's see what we got here. Turn Point USA set sights on John Thune after major win in Indiana. So let's get right into it. He's the majority house leader. He's the one that's holding the most important thing up is the Save American Act. That's who's holding this up. He's one of the main people. So Turning Point USA Action is preparing to primary Senate Majority Leader and South Dakota Senator John Thune after notching a major win in Indiana. After several Republican Indiana state senators voted against President Donald Trump's plan to redistrict the state, big grassroots organizations like Turn Point USA Action and Club for Growth pledged to primary the politicians. On Tuesday, at least 5 of the 7 Republican Indiana state senators targeted were defeated. Now, Turn Point USA Action tells the Daily Caller that their work isn't done. If other states don't redistrict, or if Republicans like Thune don't pass the Save American Act, they are prepared to turn their attention to those states and politicians. A lot of Republicans will lose their jobs if they don't get on board. They don't listen to their voters. If they don't do the right thing and fight the manipulation of the Democrats. Tyler Boyd, the chief operating officer of Turn Point USA Action, told the caller. Now, see what they mean up in here, up in this part, they don't listen to their voters, which is true. They don't. 89%. And this on both sides, Democrat voters people and Republican voters people. They want the Save American Act in place. And they're not, and it's like they saying the hell what the people wanted, the hell what the people voted for. This is one of the other things that, the ones that voted for Trump, this is one of the other things that we voted for. So, and it's like you're saying, the hell what we voted for. Because they're not trying to, bring it to the floor. Other states that decide not to do this, particularly in the South, are after the Supreme Court ruling, should be on watch. Guys like Thune should be on watch. That aren't getting the will of the people done with the Save American Act. Those are the 2 biggest targets here on who might be next. He finished. The Save American Act has stalled in the Senate as Republicans debate the legislation. It will require voters to provide proof of U.S. citizenship and ID. I don't see anything wrong with that. What's wrong with that? If you hear from another country, if you're here legally, then you have to show your U.S. citizenship, your papers and stuff, that you're here legally. If you're not here legally, if you're here illegal, you're not supposed to be participating in our voting system. There's laws on the books that says that. And even if it was on laws on the books for it, it's common sense. Because you can't go to no other country and do that. While states would be mandated to clean up their voter rolls, additionally, the legislation would restrict the approved reasons for mail-in ballots. The president told the caller on Tuesday that he was disappointed in Thune because he had yet to end the filibuster. That's another thing they don't want to do. If they end that filibuster, there's no reason why Trump's agenda shouldn't get carried out. Y'all run all 3 branches of government. And this is another, I'm gonna pull this picture down for a second. This is another rhino right here. Right there. Right behind Trump with an ugly self. I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. That's Lisa Murkowski. That's John Thune. Okay, where was I? Trump added that he was upset with other Republicans and expressed frustration over the Save America Act not being passed, which is those rhinos. We got to get rid of those rhinos up out the Republican Party. Republican in name only. That's what rhino is for those who don't know why we call them rhinos. They're not real Republicans. They're not for the agenda or whatever, or what the president's trying to carry out over there. They're against it. A lot of them, the rhinos been working with Democrats and stuff like that all these years, and starting to come to an end, and they don't like that. I'm disappointed. Trump told the caller, I like John a lot, but he has a couple of Republicans that are foolish people. A couple of them I like, a couple of them I can't stand. Actually, if you want to know the truth, that's what I like about this man right here. That's what I like about Trump. That man right there, he don't care how you feel, what your feelings feel like. That man says what's on his mind. And I'm like that. I say whatever's on my mind. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you take it. But if I'm telling the truth, I'm speaking facts, I'm just speaking my mind, I have a right to do that. So that's what I like about him. He don't beat around the bush. He don't sugarcoat nothing. He come right on out with it. He said a couple of them I like, a couple of them I can't stand. Nothing wrong with that man saying that. Nothing. We should have the Save America Act. We should have voter identification, voter ID. We should have proof of citizenship. We should have mail-in voting for the military and people that need it, but not for everybody, because anytime you have mail-in voting, they're going to cheat. Exactly, because they have been finding a lot of mail-in ballots from dead people. That's why the Democrats, they don't want that Save America Act in place, because you know why? None of their voting base, which is the illegals, will be able to vote. That's their voting base. That's why they fight so hard for them to stay. That's why they fight so hard to get rid of ICE or want to get rid of the Border Patrol. I mean, not the border. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was right. The Border Patrol, the securing the border. That's why they want to abolish them and abolish ICE, defund ICE. This is their voting base, the illegals. Because you let them over here, you give them all this stuff, taxpayer dollars, I might add, and they're going to vote Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. So, I really do hope this already go through, and a lot of this comes to an end. The Democratic Party today is not the same Democratic Party 20, 30 years ago. And so today's modern Democratic Party needs to be tore down like an empire. It needs to be dismantled. The whole entire deep state thing needs to be dismantled. People that follow this kind of stuff, we knew about the deep state and stuff before Trump got in. But he's taking them on. And yes, they need to be brought down. They need to be broken up, dismantled, destroy the Democratic Party for good. The effort to primary the Indiana Republicans began the day after they voted against Trump's redistricting plan in December. And they had voted against this redistricting stuff that's going on now. So you had rhinos going against this man. In other words, Republicans, it was some Republicans in the Republican Party going against, voted against this redistricting. But guess what? The U.S. Supreme Court had the last say on that, baby. I would expect Team Trump to make examples of every single member of the state Senate who opposed them on this. They are not messing around, and these were not empty threats. Metaphorically speaking, it won't be long until all their heads are sitting on pikes, a source close to the White House told the caller at the time. Like they said, they made sure they put that in there, metaphorically speaking, because if that right here wasn't in there, CNN and everybody, they will run with it. They talking about putting people's heads on pikes. Versus all the stuff, all the crap that they done said over there on their side. Violent stuff. And that got looked, all that gets looked over. But anyway, Turnpoint USA Action deployed dozens and dozens of its staff on the ground in Indiana to run the primary effort. The organization worked with Scott Presler, a popular conservative influencer known for chasing ballots, to barnstorm the state and get Republican voters out to the polls. Politico reported that the White House and its allies spent almost $10 million on the effort. We hired right away. We were one of the only organizations that put full-time bodies on the ground immediately in some of these key target districts, and it worked out. This proves what happens when you organize and you make the public aware of things, Bauer told the caller. So I'm glad this is going on. A lot of us, I'm one of the ones, we really want and we really need. And this is what we voted for too also, to pass this Save American Act. Once this get passed, the Democratic Party is done. You can put a fork in them. They're done. It's over with. And Mitch McConnell, when he had to step down, he put this man, John Thune, right there in his place. And he knew what he was doing. He knew who he was putting in that spot because he know he's just like Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell knows that John Thune is just like him. He goes against Trump. He doesn't care for Trump. He doesn't like Trump. That's why he put him in that seat. But see, a lot of us knew that as soon as Mitch McConnell had put him in his place, in his spot to replace him, because he had to step down. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one. Thanks for stopping by the Memphis Conservative channel. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and hit that like button, that thumbs up button. And please share this video. Peace.